English Leap Podcast.
Learn easy English with Speak English Like a Pro. Hey, English learners.
Welcome back to the English Leap Podcast, your cozy place to learn easy English through real-life conversations.
I am Mia.
And I am Jason, and today we are doing something we have never done before on this podcast.
Never done before.
We are going to put you inside real conversations, not textbook conversations, not the kind where someone says, "Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you."
Today we are talking about the English conversations that actually happen in real life every single day.
The ones that catch you off guard, the ones where you think, wait, they didn't teach me this in class.
The ones that make you freeze at the checkout counter, or go silent in a work meeting, or laugh nervously when you didn't catch what someone said.
We have all been there.
All of us. And today we are going to walk through those exact moments together.
We are going to show you what people actually say, how they actually respond, and why real English sounds so different from the English in your textbook.
And by the end of this episode, you are going to feel so much more ready for those moments.
Not because you memorized a script, but because you finally understand how real English actually works.
So, this is a B1 level episode, perfect for intermediate learners.
But if you are A2, please stay. We are going to explain everything clearly, and every conversation we show you today is useful no matter what level you are.
And if this kind of real, practical English helps you, please subscribe to the English Leap podcast and tap like on this episode.
It really helps more learners find us. And in the comments today, tell us this. Which real-life English situation makes you the most nervous?
Write it down. One sentence is enough because your answer might become our next episode.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's go.
We are starting with the conversation that almost every English learner dreads.
Ooh, which one?
Small talk.
Small talk, the nightmare.
Why is it a nightmare?
Because it feels so random, so unexpected. Someone just starts talking to you about nothing, and you have to respond. Right now, no time to prepare.
And the terrifying thing about small talk is that it happens everywhere.
At the bus stop, in the elevator, at the office kitchen while you wait for your coffee.
And for English learners, small talk is often harder than a formal presentation.
Because at least with a presentation, you can prepare. With small talk, anything can happen.
So let's look at what small talk actually sounds like, and more importantly, what it is actually doing.
Because small talk looks like nothing on the surface, just people talking about the weather or the weekend.
But underneath, small talk is doing something very important.
What is it doing?
It is building trust. It is saying, I see you, I am friendly, we are safe with each other.
So when someone makes small talk with you, they are not testing your English.
They are trying to connect with you.
And that changes everything about how you approach it.
Okay, so here's a real small talk conversation. Imagine you were at the office and a colleague comes to make coffee next to you. They say,
Ugh, can you believe this weather? It has been raining for 3 days straight.
Now, in your head, you might be thinking, what do I say? Do I agree? Do I ask a question? Do I talk about my country's weather?
Meanwhile, the silence is growing and it's getting awkward.
So here's the secret to small talk. You only need to do two things.
Just two?
Just two. First, respond to what they said. Second, add something small of your own.
That's it.
That's it. So for the weather comment, you could say,
I know, right? I was hoping it would stop by the weekend. I had plans to go to the market.
perfect. You agreed with them and you added something personal, a little window into your life.
And now they have something to respond to. Maybe they ask about the market. Maybe they share their own weekend plans.
And just like that, a conversation is born.
From 3 days of rain.
From 3 days of rain. And here's something important. You do not have to say something clever or funny or impressive.
Small talk is not a performance. Remember what we said last episode?
You are not on stage. You're just in a kitchen with another human, sharing a moment.
And that moment doesn't need to be profound. It just needs to be warm.
Warmth. That's the goal of small talk. Warmth, not wit.
Some other small talk responses that feel natural and real.
Oh, I know. I've been working from home just to avoid the commute in this weather.
Tell me about it. My umbrella broke yesterday of all days.
Right? It always happens at the worst time.
These are simple sentences, nothing complicated, but they feel real because they are honest little reactions.
And honest little reactions are all small talk really needs.
But let's go a little deeper on small talk because there are different kinds.
Different kinds?
Yes, the weather small talk is one kind, but there's also compliment small talk.
Compliment small talk, like noticing something nice about someone or something around you.
Exactly. And this one is actually easier than weather talk because you're being positive. People always respond well to positive.
So someone walks past you and you notice their bag, you could say,
"Oh, I love your bag. Where did you get it?"
and just like that, a conversation.
And notice what happened. You said something genuine and asked a question. Two things. That's it.
Respond and add, the same formula, every time.
And then there's situation small talk, where you both share the same experience right now.
Like waiting in a long line together or being at a same event.
You could say, "This line is moving so slowly. I've been here for 15 minutes already."
Or at a work event, is this your first time at one of these? I never know what to expect.
And the other person almost always responds because they're in the same situation. They feel it too.
Shared experience is the easiest small talk of all.
Because you already have something in common. You're both standing in that line, you're both at that event, you're both waiting for that coffee.
The situation gives you the topic for free.
For free. You don't have to think of anything clever. Just look around and describe what you both see.
That's such a simple and powerful idea.
Real English usually is simple and powerful.
Okay, let's move to our second real-life conversation. And this one makes so many learners panic.
What is it?
When you don't understand what someone said.
Oh, yes, this one.
The moment of, "I'm sorry, what?" Or even worse, the moment where you just nod and smile, even though you have absolutely no idea what just happened.
The nod and smile, the universal learner survival technique.
We have all done it, but the problem with nodding and smiling is that sometimes it gets you into trouble.
Very bad trouble.
Someone asks, "Can you finish the report by Thursday?" And you nod and smile, and suddenly you have a deadline you didn't even know about.
Or someone asks, "Do you want to come to dinner with us?" And you nod and smile, and suddenly you're going somewhere you never agreed to go.
So today we are giving you permission to say, "I didn't understand." And we are giving you the exact phrases to do it naturally.
Because here's the truth. Asking someone to repeat themselves is not embarrassing.
It is not a sign of weakness. It is not rude.
It's actually one of the most confident things you can do.
Because it says, "I care about this conversation enough to make sure I understand it properly."
So here are the real phrases native speakers use when they don't catch something.
Sorry, could you say that again?
"I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that."
Could you repeat that a little more slowly? I want to make sure I understood.
"I'm not sure I followed. Could you say that differently?"
What was the last part again? Sorry, I missed it.
And here's one that sounds very natural and native.
Sorry, you said something about Thursday. I just want to make sure I got that right.
Oh, that last one is so good. Because you're showing you are listening, you just need one part clarified.
And it makes the other person feel heard, not like you were completely lost.
Now, what if you asked them to repeat and you still didn't understand?
Oh, this happens.
This definitely happens. And most learners panic even harder at this point.
Because now you've asked twice and you still don't understand and you feel so embarrassed.
So what do?
You use the most underrated phrase in the English language.
What phrase?
"I'm so sorry. I'm still not quite getting it. Could you maybe write it down for me?"
That is so elegant. You're not saying my English is bad. You're just asking for a different format.
And almost nobody minds writing something down. It takes 2 seconds and suddenly the problem is solved.
No embarrassment, no panic, just a practical solution.
And here's one more situation in this category that nobody talks about.
What situation?
When you understood the words, but you didn't understand the meaning.
Oh, this is different from not hearing. This is when the sentence was clear, but the idea behind it was confusing.
Exactly. Maybe they use an idiom you didn't know, or they were being sarcastic and you didn't catch it, or they made a cultural reference that went completely over your head.
Went over your head, like the meaning flew past above you and you couldn't catch it, right?
Exactly. And in this case, you cannot just ask them to repeat. Because you heard them fine, you just didn't understand what they meant.
So what do you say?
You say something like, "Sorry, I want to make sure I understood. When you said that, did you mean..."
Or, "I'm not sure I followed the last part. Could you explain what you meant by that?"
Or very simply, Sorry, I don't think I got that reference. Could you explain?
And a kind person will always explain, and you will learn something new.
A new idiom, a new cultural reference, a new way of saying something.
Every moment of not understanding is actually a learning opportunity wearing a disguise.
I love that. A learning opportunity in disguise.
Real-life English is full of those.
Okay, let's go to the third real-life conversation. And this one is at a place every single person goes.
Where?
A cafe or a restaurant.
Oh, yes, ordering food. This should be simple, right?
It should be, but ask any English learner and they will tell you, ordering food in a foreign language is a full emotional experience.
It really is.
You are looking at the menu, you are not sure how to pronounce something, the server's waiting, people behind you are waiting.
And your brain is doing its best amygdala impression. Danger, danger, danger.
So let's walk through what a real cafe conversation actually sounds like.
The server comes to your table and says,
Hey, what can I get started for you today?
now notice something. They did not say, hello, may I take your order, please, like in the textbook.
They said, what can I get started for you today? Much more casual, much more real.
And they might also say things like, you folks ready to order? Or, what are we thinking today?
What are we thinking today? As if the server is also deciding what to eat.
It's friendly, inclusive, very natural and casual restaurants.
So how do you respond? You could say,
Can I get a black coffee and, actually, what's the difference between the flat white and the latte?
that pause and that follow-up question are so important because you are showing comfort. You're not just quickly ordering and retreating.
You're having a conversation, like a person.
And the server is happy to explain. That is literally part of their job.
Other useful, real cafe phrases.
Could I get that to go, please?
Is the mushroom soup vegetarian? I just want to check.
Sorry, I changed my mind. Could I get the chicken instead?
Actually, can I add a side salad to that?
Oh, that one. Can I add? So useful. Not I want to also order, but can I add?
Can I add feels more natural, more conversational, less like you're reading from a list.
And what about when you're not sure what something on the menu is?
This happens all the time. Menus can be mysterious.
So instead of guessing and hoping for the best, you ask.
And how do you ask without feeling silly?
You say, sorry, I'm not familiar with this dish. What is it like?
Or, could you tell me a bit more about the house special? I'm trying to decide.
Or very simply, what would you recommend?
What would you recommend? 4 words and suddenly the server becomes your guide.
And most servers love this question because they get to share their opinion.
And they will almost always give you a great suggestion.
Because they eat there, they know what is good.
So never be afraid to ask. The menu is not a test. It is a list of options, and you are allowed to need help choosing.
And what about when the food is not quite right? This is where so many learners go completely silent.
Because complaining or correcting in a foreign language feels so uncomfortable.
But here's the thing. Staying silent when your order is wrong means you don't get what you paid for.
And you deserve what you paid for.
So here are the polite but clear phrases for when something is not right.
Excuse me, I think there might be a mix-up. I ordered the salmon, not the chicken.
Sorry to bother you, but this coffee is quite cold. Could I get a fresh one?
I'm so sorry to mention it, but I asked for no onions, and there are quite a few in here.
Notice the language. Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. I'm so sorry to mention it.
These softeners make the correction feel polite, not aggressive, not demanding.
You're not complaining, you are informing, gently, clearly.
And any good server will fix it immediately without making you feel bad.
Okay, let's move to conversation number 4. And this one happens at work, or in class, or anywhere you are part of a group.
What situation?
Joining a conversation that is already happening.
Oh, this is a big one.
This is one of the hardest social moments for any English learner. You're standing near a group, they are talking, you want to join, but how?
Do you just start talking? Do you wait for a pause? Do you clear your throat?
The clearing the throat, the universal signal that says, I exist, please notice me.
We have all done the clearing the throat.
So here's what actually works, and it starts with something very simple.
What?
Physical presence and eye contact before words.
Explain that.
Before you say anything, move slightly closer to the group, make natural eye contact with one person, maybe smile slightly.
And that alone communicates, I am here, I am interested, I would like to join.
And often, one person in the group will naturally open the circle. They will shift their body to include you.
And that is your invitation.
And then you say something like,
Sorry to jump in. I just heard you mention the new project. I've been wondering about that too.
or, I don't mean to interrupt, but did you say you went to the conference last week? I was there too.
Or simply, mind if I join? I've been standing here nodding along for the last minute.
That last one is so charming because it is honest. You are making a small joke about yourself, and people love that.
Self-awareness is charming in any language.
It really is. And once you're in the conversation, how do you stay in it? How do you contribute without just waiting for someone to directly ask you something?
This is where show up phrases come in.
Show up phrases.
Phrases that show you're present, that you are listening, that you have something to offer.
Like what?
That's actually really interesting. I read something about that recently.
Or, I had a similar experience. Can I share it?
Oh, and that one. Can I share it? So polite, so natural. It asks for the floor without grabbing it.
Because in a group conversation, grabbing the floor feels rude, but asking for it feels smooth.
Smooth, like effortless and natural, not forced or awkward, right?
Exactly. And smooth is what we're going for today. Real English that feels smooth, not studied.
And here's something else about group conversations that nobody tells you.
What?
You do not have to speak a lot to be part of the group.
Really?
Really. Some of the most valued people in any group conversation are the ones who listen actively.
Like showing with your body and small reactions that you are truly engaged.
Yes, nodding, making small sounds like or yeah, or oh wow.
These are called back-channel signals, and they are incredibly important in English conversation.
Back channel, like a signal running in the background that says, keep going, I'm with you.
And native speakers do this constantly. You'll hear and right and no way and oh really all through a conversation.
And when you use them, you sound like you are inside the conversation, not watching it from the outside.
Inside versus outside. That's the difference between shy and confident in a group.
And the beautiful thing about back channel signals is that they are so simple. Any level of English can use them.
Even A2, even beginners, you can be part of a conversation just by listening well and reacting genuinely.
And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes listening is your biggest contribution.
Okay, conversation number 5, and this one might be the most useful conversation we have covered so far.
What is it?
Disagreeing with someone politely. In English.
Oh, yes, this is a big one.
Because in many cultures, disagreeing directly feels very uncomfortable, even rude.
And in English, there's a whole art to disagreeing without damaging the relationship.
A whole art. And once you learn it, you will feel so much more confident in discussions.
Because right now, many learners avoid disagreeing entirely. They just go quiet, or they agree with everything, even when they don't.
And that silence, that constant agreement, makes you invisible in conversations.
You have opinions, you have thoughts, you have things to add, but the language to add them safely, that's what's been missing.
So here's how English speakers disagree politely. And these phrases are used by native speakers every single day in offices, in meetings, in casual conversations.
First phrase, I see where you're coming from, but I think...
Beautiful. You acknowledge their point first, then you add yours.
That's a fair point, though I wonder if...
So soft, so non-threatening, but it opens the door for your different opinion.
I'm not sure I completely agree. Can I offer a different perspective?
Can I offer a different perspective? That is so elegant. You are not saying you are wrong, you are saying here's another way to look at it.
And here's one for when someone says something you strongly disagree with, but you want to stay respectful.
That's interesting. I have always thought about it quite differently. Would you want to hear my take?
Would you want to hear my take? Again, you are asking for the floor, politely, confidently.
And almost nobody says no to that question.
Because it shows respect, and respect invites more respect back.
And here's the key ingredient that makes all of these phrases work.
What is it?
Your tone.
Yes, you could say all the right words and still sound rude if your tone is sharp or cold.
But with a warm, curious, genuinely interested tone, even a strong disagreement can feel like a gift.
Like you're giving the other person a new idea to think about, not attacking what they said.
Tone is the thing textbooks almost never teach, but it is the thing that changes everything.
Everything.
And here's one more thing about disagreeing that is really important.
What?
Knowing when to stop.
Oh, yes, because sometimes you have made your point clearly, politely, and the other person still disagrees.
And in English conversation, that's okay. You do not need to win every disagreement.
Winning an argument is not the goal. Being heard is the goal.
And once you've been heard, you can say something like, well, I can see we see this differently, and that's okay.
Or, fair enough, I hear what you're saying, even if we don't quite agree.
These closing phrases for a disagreement are so important because they end the tension.
They say, we disagree, and we are still fine. We are still on the same team.
And that kind of graceful disagreement is incredibly respected in English-speaking cultures.
Graceful, like handling something difficult in a smooth, dignified way, right?
Exactly. Graceful disagreement is a real skill, and now you have the language for it.
Okay, we have one more conversation to cover, and we saved this one for last because it's the one that surprises people the most.
Which one?
Ending a conversation.
Oh, yes. Nobody talks about this.
Nobody. How many times have you been stuck in a conversation that you wanted to end but had absolutely no idea how?
So many times. You just stand there nodding, waiting for the other person to leave first.
Or you say, okay, and then nothing happens and you both just stand there awkwardly.
The okay that leads nowhere.
The conversation that has already ended but nobody officially closed it.
So how do you end the conversation naturally in English?
The secret is what we call the wrap-up signal, a phrase that signals, this was great, and now we are closing.
And native speakers do this all the time, without it feeling abrupt or rude.
Here are the real wrap-up phrases.
Anyway, I should let you get back to it. It was really nice chatting.
It was so good to catch up. Let's do this again soon.
I'll let you go. I know you're busy, but thanks for the chat.
Okay, I don't want to keep you. Have a great rest of your day.
And one of the most natural ones of all.
So anyway,
2 words. And somehow everyone understands that this means we are wrapping up now.
it is like a social signal, a gentle bell that says, last round, finish your drinks.
And the beautiful thing about wrap-up phrases is that they make both people feel good.
Because the other person also wanted to end the conversation, maybe, but they also didn't know how.
And you just gave them the exit, like a gift.
Ending conversations well is actually a form of generosity.
I never thought about it that way, but it's true.
And it leaves the other person with a good feeling, which means they will want to talk to you again.
So you aren't just ending the conversation, you're setting up the next one.
Exactly. And let's also talk about the phone call ending, because that is its own special challenge.
Oh yes, phone calls are even harder to end than face-to-face conversations.
Because on the phone, you cannot use body language. You cannot step back slightly to signal goodbye. You only have words.
And how many times have you been on a phone call where both people said bye about 6 times before anyone actually hung up?
Every single time. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. All right then, bye-bye. Okay, bye.
And then silence. And then you're not sure if they hung up or if you should hang up first.
The most awkward 5 seconds in human communication.
So here's how to end a phone call cleanly in English.
You give a clear wrap-up signal first. Okay, I think that covers everything.
Or, right, I won't keep you any longer.
Then you say a warm closing. It was really good to talk. Thanks so much for calling.
And then a final goodbye. Take care. Speak soon. Have a good one.
And then you hang up without the 6 extra byes.
Without the 6 extra byes. Clean, warm, done.
And the other person will think, wow, that was a smooth phone call.
Because most phone calls are not smooth, and a smooth one stands out.
In the best way.
Okay, let's take a breath for a second.
We have covered a lot of ground today. Small talk, asking for clarification, ordering food, joining a group, disagreeing politely, and ending conversations, both in person and on the phone.
And in every single one of them, did you notice something?
What?
The English was simple.
Yes, not one complicated word, not one long sentence, not one advanced grammar structure.
I know, right? I was hoping it would stop by the weekend. Could you say that again? Can I add a side salad? I see where you're coming from. So anyway,
These are not the sentences of someone who studied for 10 years.
these are the sentences of someone who paid attention to how real people actually talk.
And that is a skill, a learnable, practicable, beautiful skill.
And you are already practicing it right now by listening to this episode.
Your brain is absorbing patterns, rhythms, the music of real English conversation.
And the more you listen, the more natural it becomes.
Until one day, you're in a cafe, and the server says, "What are we thinking today?" And instead of freezing,
You smile and you say, I'm thinking of flat white and maybe one of those muffins. What do you recommend?
just like that.
Just like that.
Because you heard it here first, and your brain stored it. And when the moment came, it was ready.
That is how real language learning works, not in a classroom, in moments like this.
In a clodcast, on a bus, while you wash dishes, while you wait for your coffee.
Life is full of learning moments. You just have to show up for them.
And you are showing up right now, and that means everything.
Okay, let's do our word tour. 10 words and phrases from today's episode. Calm meanings, real examples.
You can just listen or repeat after us. No pressure at all. Let's go.
First word.
Profound. When something is profound, it is very deep and meaningful. It makes you think in a serious and important way. For example, small talk doesn't need to be profound. It just needs to be warm and real.
Or, the book was so profound that she read it 3 times and found something new each time. You can repeat, profound.
Next word. Clarify. When you clarify something, you make it clearer and easier to understand. You remove the confusion. For example, asking someone to repeat or explain is called asking for clarification. It is a confident and smart thing to do.
Or, before starting the project, she asked her manager to clarify exactly what was expected. Repeat, clarify.
Now, a social word. Inclusive. When something is inclusive, it makes everyone feel welcome and part of the group. Nobody is left out. For example, a good conversation partner uses inclusive language that makes the other person feel comfortable and involved.
Or, the team leader made sure every meeting was inclusive so that quieter voices were also heard. Repeat, inclusive.
Next one, abrupt. When something is abrupt, it ends or happens suddenly without warning. It can feel a little rude or jarring. For example, ending a conversation with just one word and walking away would feel very abrupt and uncomfortable for the other person.
Or, his abrupt answer surprised everyone in the room. They had expected something more detailed. Repeat, abrupt.
Now, a texture word. Smooth. When something is smooth, it feels effortless and natural. Nothing feels forced or awkward. For example, using show up phrases in group conversations makes your entry feel smooth and confident, not intrusive.
Or, the interview went very smoothly. She had prepared well and the words came naturally. You can repeat, smooth.
Next phrase, grab the floor. When you grab the floor in a conversation, you take your turn to speak, sometimes a little forcefully. You make space for yourself to talk. For example, in group conversations, grabbing the floor can feel aggressive. Asking for it politely feels much more natural.
Or, he grabbed the floor during the meeting before anyone else could respond and made his point clearly. Repeat, grab the floor.
Now, an important word, soften. When you soften something, you make it gentler and less harsh. You take the edge off. For example, words like sorry to bother you and excuse me soften a correction and make it feel polite instead of aggressive.
Or, she softened her feedback by first mentioning everything that was going well. You can repeat, soften.
Next one, wrap up. A wrap-up is a signal or action that shows something is coming to an end. It closes things neatly. For example, phrases like, "It was really nice chatting," and "I'll let you go," are wrap-up signals that end a conversation naturally and warmly.
Or, the teacher did a quick wrap-up at the end of class to summarize everything they had covered. Repeat, wrap-up.
Now, a thinking word, perspective. Your perspective is the way you see and understand something. It's your personal point of view shaped by your experience. For example, offering a different perspective in a disagreement is much more powerful than simply saying, I disagree.
Or traveling to a new country completely changed his perspective on what really matters in life. You can repeat perspective.
And our last word for today, graceful. When something is graceful, it is smooth, dignified, and handled beautifully, even when it's difficult. For example, ending a disagreement gracefully by saying, we see this differently and that is okay, is one of the most respected skills in English conversation.
Or she handled the criticism so gracefully that everyone in the room admired her for it. Repeat, graceful.
And those were our 10 words and phrases for today's word tour.
Choose one. Carry it with you this week. Use it once. That's all we ask.
And if you use it and it goes well, come back and tell us in the comments. We want to celebrate with you.
We really do.
Because every small win matters. Every moment of real English happening in your real life.
That is exactly what this podcast is for.
And before we go, we want to say something to you directly.
You came here today. You listened. You stayed with us through 6 real conversations, extra stories, a word tour, and so much real English.
And that is not nothing. That is practice, real practice.
The kind that builds fluency slowly and quietly in the background of your life.
So drop a comment today. Tell us which of the 6 conversations was the most useful for you. Was it small talk, asking for clarification, ordering food, joining a group, disagreeing politely, or ending conversations?
Write it down. One word is enough. We read everything.
And we are genuinely, deeply proud of you for being here, for trying, for not giving up.
You are building something real, even on the days it doesn't feel like it.
Especially on those days.
Keep going, one conversation at a time.
One brave sentence at a time.
The world is full of conversations waiting for you.
And now you know exactly what to say. This is Mia.
And this is Jason.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast.
Until next time, stay curious, stay present, and keep learning.
Bye.
Bye.